The first salvo. This is how Lead Attorney Prakash Ramadhar described his plan to pursue criminal and civil litigation against Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited following last week's tragic incident which left 4 divers dead. At a press conference on Friday, Mr. Ramadhar said he hoped the company preserves its evidence in the matter. Kimberly De Souza tells us more.
There's some evidence that we have already obtained, and we are preserving and keeping it in quiet solitude for the moment to see what Paria will put on the table. And if it is that there's any effort to cover up anything, rest assured, we intend to pursue not just civil remedies, but criminal remedies.
Attorney Prakash Ramadhar said a letter will be issued to Chairman of Paria Fuel Trading Company, Newman George, to ensure all evidence leading up to the incident, during the incident, and after is preserved. The incident in question is the unfortunate tragedy that led to 5 divers being trapped in a pipeline last week Friday. 4 of the divers, Kazim Ali Jr., Yusuf Henry, Rishi Nagasa, and Faisal Kurban died, and their bodies have since been recovered. The lone survivor, Christopher Boudram, is said to be resting at hospital.
We have to be very realistic that sometimes evidence can be lost, to put it mildly. Evidence can be distorted, because at the very end of this, the country needs to know the truth of what transpired, and more so, the families of these deceased persons.
Mr. Ramadhar and his legal team will represent the families of 2 of the dead men, Mr. Henry and Mr. Kurban, and that of the lone survivor, Mr. Boudram. Mr. Ramadhar chastised the company, which he said has not been in contact with the families.
To this date, no one from Paria has reached out to any of the families to ask what are their needs, how can we help, what can we do to ease your burdens.
While he thanked the Energy Minister for launching an investigation, he said the fact that Paria's executives were still on the job was a matter of concern. He said all company officials should be placed on a leave of absence or suspended pending the outcome of the investigation. Paria has 7 days to respond to the letter before legal action is taken. Kimberly De Souza, TTT News.
In a related story, Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Stuart Young says Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited continues to offer support through counseling to the families of the 4 divers who lost their lives while repairing a 36-inch pipeline at berth 6 of Paria's Pointe-a-Pierre facility. Minister Young was asked by MP for Pointe-a-Pierre, David Lee, in the lower house on Friday to advise what steps were taken by the company to assist the families following the incident on February 25th.
Energy Industries.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Paria's initial response was to ensure that the families impacted by the tragedy received appropriate or had available to them appropriate counseling services. A traumatologist, Mr. Hanif Benjamin of the Center for Human Development, and PEA, PSL have been engaged to provide counseling services to the dependents of the divers.
Minister Young said the offer was initially made available on February 26th and continues to be available to them.
Thank you very much. The service was initially offered to the dependents for a period of 1 year and will be extended as required. Paria continues to communicate with the families daily to determine how it can further support them during this time.